Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. Today we're talking about starting and ending your day. Are you ready? Let's get started. One of my all-time favorite Broadway musicals is Fiddler on the Roof. And in the musical and movie, Fiddler on the Roof, there's a song, famous song called Sunrise, Sunset. I want to read you one part of the lyrics. I promise I won't sing it to you. Here's how it goes. Sunrise, sunset. Sunrise, sunset. Swiftly fly the years. One season following another, laden with happiness and tears. Now the song talks about how our lives fly by, and the older I get, the truer this feels to me. And each day is all about sunrise and sunset. And regardless of what we do in those days, there is a daily rhythm, sunrise, sunset. And our life is an accumulation of those days, of what we do between sunrise and sunset. So let me ask you a question. How do you start and end your days? Have you ever really thought about that very much? What do you do at the start of your day? What do you do at the end of the day? Do you have a routine? It might be worth thinking about that. And probably you have at least some routines. You probably brush your teeth, hopefully both times, and a variety of other things. But does the routine that you have, let me ask you this question, does it serve you? In other words, you have a routine. Routines always serve us because they allow us to do things without the need of our conscious mind. But the one that you've created, is it really doing for you what you want it to do? To help you create what happens at the beginning and the end, the sunrise and the sunset, that it creates the day that you want so you can create the life that you want. If it doesn't, you can change it. So let's talk just a little bit about how you can change those routines, all right? First, you need to determine what problem you're trying to solve for. So like if you say, well, yeah, my morning routine, for example, doesn't really serve me. I get into my day and I'm too anxious and I'm not as productive as I want to be. Aha! Then the problem you're trying to serve for is productivity, right? Maybe the problem you're trying to solve for is fitness, whatever it is. What's the problem that you're trying to solve for? How is the current routine not serving you so you can figure out what it is that you might want to fix? Now, interestingly enough, in the last few years, there's lots of advice about morning routines and end of the day routines. Lots and lots. What famous people do at the beginning and the end of their day, what rich people do at the beginning and the end of their day, what productive people do at the beginning and the end of their day. And there's lots of this that you can go read. And here's what I would say. Read some to help you get some ideas, but be careful. Because first of all, people are telling us their best picture. They doubtfully do it every single day. At least not every one of those people do it every single day. And so don't use it and then feel guilty because you don't or can't. The reason that you're looking at that advice is to give yourself ideas so that you can make your own decisions. What are you trying to solve for? What are you trying to change? So once you know what the current routine is and you have some ideas about what you'd like it to be, then you can work on creating a new routine, changing the habits, and all of those things. One other thing though, if you're saying, well, I still don't know where to start, think about your best days and how your best days go, and then replicate that. When you think about maybe every so often I have these really good days, what did you do at the start of that day? What did you do the night before? And what clues can you take from that, from your own experience, to help create the best beginnings and end of days for you? I'm not here to give you a prescription, right? I'm here to give you the thought that you should prescribe for yourself. The new starts and end of your days, the new routines that will create for you what you want. Sunrise, sunset. Let me close with today's tweet. How you start and end your days frames those days and determines your life. Did you know, you may have heard me say at the beginning, welcome to Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. Well, if you're listening on the podcast, you already know, but if you're not, did you know that we have something called the Remarkable Leadership Podcast? And every week there's an episode of this that's reused in that location. And every week I have an interview, a conversation with a leadership expert or an expert leader to help us all be more effective leaders, to become the remarkable leader that we were born to be. It's the Remarkable Leadership Podcast, and you can join us. All the information is right here. I hope you'll do that, and I'll be back here next week, both on Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast.